Mark, just tell us how your team's looking. And last year you guys got it rolling about middle of the year, but early it was difficult to find that cohesiveness. Do you see a difference this year in that regard?
We're excited. We're incredibly excited about our group. We have 10, 11, 12 newcomers from different programs, and so it's been a great opportunity to bring the group together, to install our new terminology. That everyone comes from different terminology, and so now we've had a summer to put in our system, our sets, our terminology. The guys have embraced it. The team's really been coming together, and I'm incredibly excited about the year.
I think you're farther ahead now in terms of coming together than you were at this time last year.
I do think so, because we knew coming in that we had such a diverse group coming from so many different programs. It's been an emphasis point to really accelerate the teaching process starting in the summer. We built some great teaching videos that the guys can watch on their own on a voluntary basis, and we're able to come in and teach them. And I do think we're further ahead this year than we were last year.
Mark, what are a couple of the things you're most excited about with this roster this year heading into the season?
I think we have a very unselfish group. We have a group that really gets excited to make their teammates better. We have a group that at times is very fiery. You want that competitive fire on the court. We see that with these players. We saw it today in practice, and it was outstanding.
Talk about family. Everybody talks about family at ACC Media Days, or they need to go video clips. What does that mean in practice?
I think to me, being part of a basketball family is being honest with each other. It's having these honest conversations. Hey, if someone's doing a great job, let them know. Let them know they're having outstanding practice. Let them know all the great things they're doing. When they're not doing their job, we have to have those honest conversations also. We have to let guys know, hey, we need more. We need more focus. We need more attention to detail. We need the rotation to be faster. We need the closeout to be more savvy. So I think honesty is a big part of what we discuss in this basketball family.
You know who your starting lineup is?
We have a number of guys. We probably have 8, 9, 10 guys that are all capable of starting. And we'll narrow in, we'll continue to hone that, and we'll unveil it on opening night.
Who are some of your biggest scoring threats right now as it looks, especially from the perimeter?
Yeah, we have a lot of different players that can score the ball. I'll start with Javon Blackshear, a proven scorer at multiple different levels throughout his whole career at Grand Canyon. You go down the line. You look at Andres Stojakovic, somebody that knocks down he had a great freshman season at Stanford. He can score the ball. DJ Campbell, he's a guy that really has great footwork on the perimeter. He can also go down to the post and post guys up. He knocks down the three. He led his conference 3-point percentage last year. BJ Omar, really an exciting player. Can handle the ball. He has tremendous length. He's also somebody that can score the ball. So we have no shortage of guys that can put the ball in the hole.
Coach, we expect to see more of Devin Curtis after last year.
Yeah, Devin Curtis brings so much to the team. He brings great leadership. He brings a voice. He's the guy that I know throughout the year is going to go in the games and help us win. He's someone that is not afraid to speak his mind when something's going on in the team room, in the film room, on the court during practice, and in the locker room when he's just there with the players.
Mark's team difference from last year.
I think the biggest thing that I noticed in this year's team is we have depth. We have so much depth on this team. And so if somebody goes down with an ankle, if there's foul trouble, we have guys that have multiple Division I games of experience. In a lot of cases, starting out of each group, they can come in and pick up the slack.
How many guys would you expect to play in the game?
I think it depends on the game. I think it will depend on the tempo. It will depend on the style of play. But we're definitely capable of playing 10, 11 guys.
We expect to see a little bit of Jeremiah Wilkinson this year.
Jeremiah Wilkinson has been fantastic. From Atlanta, he's a very smart basketball player. He can shoot it. He can drive left and right. His teammates love him. Jeremiah is someone that's going to be a very exciting talent to watch for all the fans that come into Hospital Building.
Mark, what are you looking for on Monday? What do you want to see from your guys that first night?
I want to see great defense. I want to see ball. I want to see people share the basketball. I think if we play tremendous defense and the ball is moving, I think it keeps everyone involved, and I think it will really help us win.
There's going to be a little energy on the football program, the algorithm and everything else. How has that affected your playing?
Yeah, I think there's been so much energy around Cal Athletics going back to the summertime with all the gold medalists, they did such a good job in the Olympics. And then you look at the football success. We're feeding off of that. We hope to continue that going into our first year at JCC.
Coach, the basketball team lost from Coach Abdur, Amir Abdur. Right?
Yeah.
Could you talk about what he meant to you and what his impact on the
You know, Amir and I, when I first took my first NCAA head coaching job at Utah Valley University, a friend of mine called me. Come down to this first time head coaches seminar in Atlanta. Pay $1,500 to go down there, they tell you how to be a coach. So I flew down there and I sat with Amir. Amir was there also. And, you know, just having conversations with him, seeing the success that he's had. First of all, I'm incredibly proud of who he was as a person. He's not only a great coach, but a family man, a student of the game, and someone that really cared about his players. And so when the coaching fraternity, when we lose a great one like Amir, I think it all gives us a pause to reflect and to be grateful that he shared with us everything that he did. To be grateful for the man that he was and is. To be grateful for his legacy, and his family, even through the pain.
Did you have to speak to Sharif in the meantime?
Yeah, I texted with Sharif just to kind of express my condolences, and you know, I know it's a very difficult and hard time for the family, given how unexpected it was.
What kind of a player is Joshua Olu Joseph?
Yeah, we call him JOJ. You know, JOJ is someone that has such a desire to work. He has a desire to learn. JOJ's been great. You know, the athleticism, the shooting ability, the tenacity. He has all those things. He showcased that up at University of Minnesota, and now he's going to be showcasing that here, and he's going to help the team.
Is he a 4, or can you play him either forward spot or?
JJ can play multiple positions. He can play some 4, he can play some 3. I think if we go small, he can play some 5.
With some new guys in the mix, how does the game plan look different this year compared to last year?
As a coach, you really try to focus on your players. And so it's been exciting for me just over the last 3 or 4 months to be in the gym with these guys to learn about their strengths. You know, you watch all the film, you study the analytics, and you think you have an idea of what they can do. And a lot of times you do, and then they come onto the court, and sometimes they show you things that you didn't know that they could do. And so it's exciting to really take each player and try to build on their strengths.
Campbell a 1 or a 2?
You know, DJ Campbell can play, I think he can play 3 or 4 different positions. Today in our workout, I had to play some 1. He played the 2. He played some 3 in our scrimmages. You know, if we go small, he can guard 4 because of his strength, his physical strength. DJ Campbell is the ultimate competitor. DJ Campbell is somebody who, whenever he walks into the gym, he elevates the energy in the gym just by who he is as a person. He's out there shooting right now.
Coach, when you talk about the transfer portal and all the applications and then the actual recruiting process, does Jalen Tyson having the success he did here last year, and then Jalen Brown winning the MVP on top of that to kind of build a, you know, instant sales pitch?
Well, what we find with recruiting is a lot of times players are recruiting, they want to speak with the players who coach. And so, you know, you look at Jalen Brown, the success that he's had. His base, where he started, was in Cal. You know, now he's the MVP, you know, the NBA Finals. You look at Jalen Tyson, we've had so many recruits that reach out to JT and ask him about what the basketball experience was here. He had a phenomenal experience here, so that's really helped in our recruiting battles.
What's the difference between a team like this one maybe where you could have any one of 4 or 5 or 6 leading scorers in a given game versus having a clear leader versus Jalen? Is it a little bit easier when you don't have a guy that's the focal point of the defense where you can count on multiple guys to be the guy on any given night?
I think we have multiple different guys that can step into an elevated role on a night in and night out basis. I view that as a strength because, you know, if you have 1 or 2 main guys, the defense can really key in on those guys. You're not going to be able to key in on any one guy because we have so many different threats. There's going to be better floor spacing. You know, there's going to be guys that can come off the bench and have really strong bursts on the defensive side and on the offensive side. So that helps our team.
Has the coaching staff done any big lesson from your first year in the program that you got we're going to do something differently going into next year?
You know, we really tried to do this summer. You know, this summer as a coaching staff, you have an abundance of time. You're recruiting, you're on flights, you know, you're in gyms evaluating talent, you have time to think and process. And so we really tried to look at everything. You know, where can we get better in our nutrition? Where can we get better in our travel? How can we improve in our game preparation and our teaching of the players? You know, what are the situations in games and some of those close games that we lost that we can learn from and get better from? So we really tried to do a deep dive into those areas and more additional areas. Over the summer, we tried to get a lot more from it.
You have so many transfers that take longer into the season to achieve the chemistry and rhythm they need to achieve.
You know what we try to do this year, Jim, is some coaches in the summertime, you get 4 hours in the summer. Some coaches just take 2 sessions of 2 hours each on the court. A lot of times we did 4 one-hour sessions because there's so many of you guys, and because you know, I'm a big believer in repetition, teaching in different ways. You know, we'll show film, we'll diagram things on the whiteboard, we'll walk through on the court. I think the more you can touch the guys, the more integrated they become, and the better they can be.
Coach?
I think we have one more right here.
One more.
I've talked a lot about developing strengths and having a lot of newcomers on the team. What has it been like developing team chemistry and seeing how the players are bonding?
Yeah. No, that's something we take really seriously. You know, I've had the team over multiple times to my house for meals, to hang out with my kids and my wife. The staff comes. You know, I think it's really important for us to spend time with players away from the court. You know, so I'll have different players just come by the office. Let's just talk about life. Let's not talk about basketball every day. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about the important things. You know, my wife Nana and I are expecting. She's 3 days overdue right now. And so I share with you guys kind of what that's like for me. You know, the anticipation of my wife having a little boy. And so we really try to talk about things outside of just the everyday basketball, which is so important to all of us, but it never supersedes life.
What is it like for you right now?
Well, I'll tell you this, I was doing a film session earlier, and somebody saw that Hannah had called me, and so I immediately left the film session. Now, luckily, it was just a small medical, you know, how do I say it, a follow-up or a verification thing that we just discussed. So it wasn't D-Day, but we're excited.
Was she on time the first 4?
She's always been 6 to 8 days late. So that puts us right on opening night.
And you know you're having a boy?
We're having a boy.
And do you have a name?
We're zeroing in on a name. Zeroing in.
With the delay in the birth and your height, those must be big babies.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything HIPAA-wise, but we've had some good things.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.